Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Kev. First time going live on this joint. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kev. We got Ty, we got Chris. Elijah is in here. We're doing something new. We're going to be reacting to 5 binge-worthy scary stories on YouTube by our man, what's his name
Mr.
again?
Ballin.
Mr. Ballin. Mr. Ballin. My fault, bro. My bad. I forgot your name that quick.
Shouts out to you, brother.
Shout out to you, Mr. Ballin. For those who are coming in on to TikTok Live, it's the first time we're doing something like this. I hope y'all gonna have fun with us. So we'll be reacting. So something crazy going on, ask your questions, react. That's what this is gonna be. So without further ado, Chris, you can go ahead. Now, for those who are on YouTube and I'm doing this, definitely check out the TikTok Intune Entertainment, same as it is for the YouTube channel. Just follow on there, subscribe on YouTube, and then next time I go live, I'll post it up on here, and then bam, you can be in here interacting with us as we are watching this. You can be part of the channel. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
I mean, without further ado, let's get scared and react the way that I know how I'm gonna react. I know how Ty's gonna react. We pretty much brothers at this point.
Yes, sir.
Universal over here, that's a whole nother story, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Universal Remote is gonna be all over the place.
He might be like, I can see why they did that. Nah.
There's always a reason.
There's always a reason
why things happen, and sometimes what you're calling a scary moment is really just a learning lesson.
Yes, definitely a lesson. Learning lesson.
How could we have helped the one that scared you better?
Okay. Or if a person just fart in the room, you need to just get out of it.
Or you can ask them, what did you eat? So you don't eat that again.
Got you.
Welcome to the live, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're doing here, dog. This is crazy. But subscribe to Mr. Ballin on YouTube. I'll have it down in the description below. Comment, like, subscribe. Let's get active.
Today, we have a very special bonus episode for you guys. It's a collection of 5 true scary stories about real people who come face to face with real-life monsters. Now, these 5 fan favorites have all been completely re-edited for today's episode. So even if you've seen or heard some of them before, this is going to feel like a totally new viewing experience. But before we get into today's 5 stories, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you've come to the right place, because that's all we do, and we upload once a week. So if that's of interest to you, please secretly reverse the like button's car blinkers, so when they signal left, the right one comes on, and vice versa. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. Okay, let's get into today's 5 stories.
Prom, number 5, prom. Oh, man.
In 1978, 16-year-old Bridget Geiger was waiting outside her home in Ohio for a boy named Jeffrey to take her to prom. She wasn't particularly excited to go to prom with Jeffrey. He was known to be really nervous about girls.
All ready for the rip?
Jeffrey looks like a serial killer.
Jeffrey looks like who I think it is.
Dahmer?
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
Oh, from teenage, he was out here doing it like that.
Jeffrey out there looking crazy, everybody. Just want to let y'all know.
That is him.
So this must have been before he decided to go after gay people.
Well, we I don't know. We don't know yet.
Might
We don't even know what happened.
This might not be Dahmer.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
Clear as day, that's Dahmer.
Yeah.
Clear as day.
My fault.
We're going to see.
We reversed somehow.
We're going to see, because you never know. You never know.
No, I'm saying I'm like, that might not be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That is him.
I never really got a chance to
either way.
Move the hair out the way.
That swoosh.
Move the hair.
That's given.
Just look at the glasses to the chin.
So I never really saw the actual Dahmer person. I never I didn't
Oh, you
watch
never
it.
actually seen it?
No, because I just heard it. And I just knew that was.
They
pretty
got the movie
bro.
on
Not just a movie. You can,
Netflix.
if you type in YouTube,
Yeah,
like you'll see when they
You
did
could
interviews
Google
with him
him.
when he was locked up,
Mhm.
and they talked to him and all that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, bro, he's
All
out there.
right, so that wow
Okay.
from the rip.
I like the
rip
shirt.
as a teenager.
The shirt is giving me
Because all they talked about,
He
at
a
least when I
playboy.
heard Dahmer, is the adult Dahmer with the gay people.
Oh, no,
yeah.
He did some shit when he was a kid too.
Well, I mean that makes sense.
He did some shit.
He explored his homosexuality.
Yeah.
No, he killed a kid walking home from school with a tree branch, like a big branch, to beat the crap out of him, broke his ribs,
That's crazy.
punctured his lung, killed him, and then buried his ass out there in the woods.
Yeah.
Like, he did that as a kid. That was his first body.
That's crazy,
That's
bro.
wild work.
Anyway, let's get back into it.
Yeah.
So she figured it was going to be a pretty awkward date, but nobody else had asked her to go, and she really wanted to go to prom, so she said yes. When Jeffrey showed up, she was immediately disappointed. He was wearing this odd ensemble of vest and bow tie.
I would have been mad too.
The standard tuxedo that she was anticipating him wearing, and so now they weren't going to match.
What?
Bridget's mom would take a couple of very awkward photos of them kind of standing in front of her house before they all got in Jeff's car and headed for the prom. When they arrived, Bridget wanted to go on the dance floor to see her other friends to kind of lighten the mood because she was not having a good time with Jeffrey so far. But she did stay with him. It was clear that Jeffrey hated being at the prom. He hated being around this swarming group of teenagers. Bridget felt kind of bad. Hey, Jeffrey, you want to go sit down and just grab a bite to eat over a little food cart they have here? Jeffrey's very relieved and says, yes, I'd love to do that. The pair leave the dance floor and walk over to the little food court area. As they're about to sit down, Jeffrey pulls the chair out for Bridget. She sits down and pushes her in like a gentleman. But then instead of sitting down with her, he just walks away, not telling her where he's going. Bridget assumed he was just going to the bathroom, but after a really long amount of time had passed, and it was clear he had not just gone to the bathroom, she got up to go look for him. And so she went to the dance floor. She can't find him in the building, and so she goes outside to see if maybe his car's not there. He's left, and she sees his car. It's still in the lot. When she turns around to go back into the prom, she sees Jeffrey sitting on a curb just eating McDonald's cheeseburgers. And she goes, what the hell are you doing out here? And so he told her that he just wanted to step outside and get a couple cheeseburgers and then come back and he would sit with her while she ate, but they wouldn't let him back in. And so he just went and got more cheeseburgers and thought he would wait here until she came outside. And now that she was outside, she couldn't get back in either. So she just says, hey, I'd like to just go home. And so Jeffrey is mortified and he tells her, I'm so sorry. I wanted this to be a nice evening for you. I'm sorry it wasn't. He drives her home. He says goodbye. She walks into her house. He drives off, and that was that. Bridget only saw Jeffrey one more time after that. It was about a week after prom, and Jeffrey actually invited her to come over his house for what he was calling a house party. And Bridget's like, there's no way this kid's throwing a house party. He can barely stand to be around just me, let alone a crowd of people.
Right.
But she was polite and said, sure, I'd love to come to your house party. She gets there, and there's no food, there's no music, there's like 3 people there.
Now hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Now wait a minute. Before we just found that part out, right?
Mm-hmm.
You never judge a book by its cover.
Oh, no,
maybe he was just like, now before we even know everything about him,
Okay.
someone could just be like, you know what, this is my chance to like really get people to be my friend. I could throw a party, really get people over. This would be my chance to get outside my shell. Like he could have really been trying to throw a party, if not knowing what we know about
Jeffrey Dahmer.
He could have really, was really throwing the house party. He could have been.
I mean, there were 3 other people he said before he paused it that was there. So
well, no, I'm talking about before we just heard that part. Like
okay.
he said, I'm throwing a house party. He was inviting her. So it could have been a good amount of people there.
When did he kill this kid with a branch?
Anyway, let's get back to this.
Okay.
All Jeffrey wanted to do was have a seance and communicate with the devil. She was so immediately creeped out by Jeffrey's behavior that after only a couple of minutes, she just turned around and left his house party and did not see him again. Well, until 13 years later when she would read about him in the newspaper. 13 years later, on July 22nd, 1991, Milwaukee, Wisconsin police spot a man named Tracy Edwards running down the road in handcuffs. They run over to him and they say, "What's going on?" And he says that a man was holding him hostage in his apartment. He threatened to kill me. I was able to overpower him and escape, and here I am. The police go to this apartment that he apparently escaped from, and they knock on the door. The door opens, and the police are confronted by this tall man who introduces himself as Jeffrey. He tells police this is all a big misunderstanding and that Tracy Edwards is a friend of his, and I don't know what's gotten into him. And the police were actually close to believing him. They would even say he was really convincing. But as they're talking to him, one of the officers kind of looks behind Jeffrey into his apartment, and he sees on the coffee table what are clearly pictures of dismembered body parts. And so they arrest Jeffrey, and when his apartment was fully searched, a house of horrors is revealed. In addition to photos of body parts, the apartment itself was littered with human remains. There were several human heads in the freezer and the refrigerator, and in his bedroom was a 57-gallon drum containing more dead bodies that were decomposing in chemicals. There was also evidence that suggested Jeffrey was eating these people. Now, Jeffrey lived in a crowded apartment complex, and so other neighbors had complained about this awful smell coming from his room. But he had been able to explain it away and convince everybody that it was just some bad meat. However, the most horrifying revelation about how Jeffrey was able to conceal these horrible crimes he was committing in the middle of a city apartment would come a few days later. Apparently, 2 months before Tracy Edwards had run out of Jeffrey's apartment in handcuffs and flagged those officers down, another boy had left the apartment in handcuffs and was running down the road, and police stopped him. The boy couldn't speak. He wasn't able to articulate why he was there or what he was doing. And as police are talking to him, Jeffrey comes running up the road, flags the officers down, and thanks them for finding his boyfriend. They had gotten into another squirrel. Everything was just fine. So the police shrug it off and say, "No problem, we can give you a ride back to your apartment." And so they drive the boy and Jeffrey back.
Okay, I would like to say something, right?
But if the police had paid a little bit more attention.
This is the reason why, if you're the lighter hue, this is what you do. Why in all the fucks given did these cops didn't explore that further? I know for a fact that young man that couldn't get his words together probably either was Spanish or from the Latin descent, right? And if he wasn't, he was drugged to the point where he was trying to get himself undisoriented, right? If that's a word.
Yep.
And he was trying to follow through with, if not having his tongue cut out, having and mutilated, trying to convey the fact that he's been kidnapped, he's been sodomized, and he's been, he's been maimed. So why in all the fucks given today just sit back and disregard it? And on top of it, he probably was half asshole naked out there. How could you not?
I can see how.
Why you got the chain? You get locked up though.
Here's how I can see how. Because he said we're in a lover's quarrel.
Yeah, but you're chained up.
But not just then. This was during that time where, like, being in that type of culture, being gay, they just overlooked it. Paid that stuff no mind.
Yeah, they didn't care.
That's what y'all doing.
But
we don't want to know
if
nothing.
I'm correct, the reason that young man couldn't get his words correct, if I'm correct, that's the guy that he picked up at the bar, and the guy didn't want nothing to do with him no more, and he drilled a hole in his head. It was pouring battery acid into his skull. That's why he couldn't get his words correct. Because he has acid in his skull. If I'm correct, that's the reason. Because that guy ran outside to get the cops' help. He couldn't get the words out.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's the person.
That's wild work.
Definitely sure.
That's wild work. Wild work.
They would have seen there was a hole in the back of his head by Jeffrey. He had been pouring acid into this kid's head to try to control him, and that was why this boy couldn't speak. And as soon as the police let them go back into the apartment, Jeffrey killed the boy, because Jeffrey, Bridget's prom date, turned out to be none other than infamous serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer, who killed 17 people over a 13-year period. Just days after this picture was taken of Jeffrey and Bridget, right before they headed off to prom together, Jeffrey would kill his first victim and start that 13-year killing spree.
There you go.
Dahmer was ultimately given a life sentence, but was killed by another.
Oh, that's the first one, right?
Yep.
All right. So that's wow. We know Jeffrey. I didn't know the girl situation, the prom before that.
Mhm.
Well, I didn't know nothing about that.
But all his victims, if I'm not mistaken, are men.
Yes.
So maybe
Are men and minorities because he
Mhm.
But
he
male.
moved into a minority neighborhood.
Right, but they're
Mhm.
male.
But they're
not
mostly
female.
male. No, they're all male. All
They're
male.
all male.
All male.
So that's probably why she got off scot free because
Oh yeah, he had no intention of killing her.
yeah, because it's not a woman. I mean, not a man.
Not a
Yeah, he
woman.
wanted to play with the PP.
Yeah,
But
it's
see,
wild work.
I mean, you being, you know, a PP chaser, that's one thing. But you tested it out. You tested it out with a woman, like, yeah, I mean, and you like, ill, I don't want that. Oh my God, no. No, vagina, not for me. Okay, that's cool. I get it. But you turning into a wee Avenger. I don't, that part,
An Avenger?
it amazes me.
An Avenger?
You become like super wee man, and I'm like, why just a minority? And I'm thinking, because if it's a thing where you if you're out of sight,
Avengers!
wee attack. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you move to a minority driven community,
Right.
it's like, okay, it's an out of sight, out of mind.
Yep.
You know, it's not really cared or frowned upon. Who cares?
Right.
Because you're black, you're brown, you're this, you're that. We Chinese, we don't care. So, but if he would have did that in the high stakes, high society, high privileged neighborhood or area, it would have been an issue immediately.
Right.
So when
they would
you're
investigate and everything.
yeah, and it goes right back to the beginning. When you're the lighter hue, this is what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, damn.
Well, that's the first video.
Yes.
If you are in here, I see one person. Back it up. You don't gotta send no gifts. I mean, I would appreciate it, but you don't gotta send no gifts. Hit the like button, share with your peoples. Let's make this thing because it's reacting. How do you feel about hearing about this Jeffrey Dahmer one? And if you're on YouTube, go to TikTok. Intune Entertainment. Same name. Follow me. I'll follow you right back.
That part.
There you go.
Let's build that community.